Oh yes, oh yes. Why not just cut off all my hair? Jinx! No, I'm not going to cut off all my hair, but I am going to cut off a good amount of my hair. Got things scissors, got razor, and got the scissors of scissors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right, that's right. So we're going to, I know. It's probably nothing to you, but I'm going to get my hair to the crazy rest of it all. Yes, I am. Deal with it. Deal with it. As you can see, I have bing, 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 sticking out to high heavens. So of course I'm going to use this to get my short side very, very short. And here we go. We turn on the razor. And of course, just cutting it until it can't cut anymore. And I'm holding the longer side flat and everything. Make sure I don't cut that. Now time for some thinning scissors, which I typically do at the back when I just want to thin it out some on the layers. So that's what I'm doing at a kind of angle to the longer side, because that's how I like to do it. So I'm just looking at that, and that's how much hair came out that you see in the scissors. Now I'm just using the non-thinning scissors to get some of that hair sticking out to kind of get it into a nice angle into the back. So just checking out the long side and all that. Now to cut the little bits that stick out at the bottom of the back. Yes, I got a hair tie. I'm going to take all this long side forward now and get it out of my waistins. I've been wondering, why am I getting this out of my way and not just trimming it? Well, I'm going to do the underside of my hair. So I'm going to take a little bit of this and make it a little bit like an undercut of my hair. Yes, I am. So I'm going to undercut it. Yes, I am. But I'm going to use the gauge so it's still something there. I'm not going to do it out the gauge. And before I use the razor, I'm using the scissors to cut the length off first, because I want these to be kind of short. Easier to cut with the razor to do the razor look. So getting every little bit that I can see that needs it. Now bring the razor in to get the part that I want nice and thin, just like the other side, but for under the long side instead of it showing with no long part. So now we're using that to get the little bits I saw left. I'm going to take the tie up and see where we're at with the underneath of my hair. Looks pretty much the same. Might need to do a little bit of something else. I think that amount is much, much better, so I can do my undercut of a hair. I would say so. That's what I'm cutting this off. Yep, just making sure I cut the next little layer because I thought this was much better showed off. Now I'm just doing some of the back that I saw that needed to be trimmed up. So now we bring out the razor again and bring out, so we don't get rid of that thickness that I don't want for it. Now let's undo this and see where we're at. Oh, that is pretty much what I was looking for. See? An interesting kind of undercut of it all. Yep, I think that's what I wanted. Nice, nice, nice. Now I just gotta clean this up just a little bit, do my usual, and then I'm just gonna have to do some butterfly to like, whatever you call it, other haircut that does a similar thing, just to give it a little bit, but I don't know if I need to. Interesting. I might just get my bangs area a little more, but we definitely are there, and I like that I did an undercut this time. Just made it less poofy, but that's kind of nice for right now. Now to use the razor without the gauge. Bring it all to the front. I'm going to twist it once, just to see about doing it some layering aspects to it before I do my short bangy area. Side bang that I like to do. I'm mostly just going to be holding the part that's the longest, that's okay. And now we cut. Me, oh my, I did not know that was going to be so magical doing the underneath. What the, oh my my mind. Cutting this off, taking this up, and how that fell, and I cut it like that, and it's going forward like that, is amazing. Oh my gosh. That looks amazing. I just might want to cut my bangs area just a slight. As you can see, I have part here that's a little shorter. It's almost not seeable at the moment because I did just cut my hair a little bit. So it's about like this, and I go like that. And I'm gonna cut all of that right there to get my bangs a little more situated. So there we go. Looking good. Ooh, this will look good even after I dye my hair a little bit. So let me just refrigerate this up, and then as this is looking really, really, really good, and then we'll get into the dyeing of it all. I know this is already kind of light, but I really want to see if I can get this pink for my money piece to come out. So I'm going to do a slight bleaching, but I am going to leave right there. I'm not going to touch there because that's going to be with the dark red, but I just had to do some bleaching because I really want the pink to show right now, even more if I can. So I'm going to put a slight bleaching to get some of that red tones out. But if they're slight, that's okay. What a funny stuff of this. That is it. It looks like foam. That is this liquid stuff that's creamy, like whipped cream or something. It's very, very strange. But I just had to show you that. So I'm just going to get this on the light part to lighten it some.
Now I just get it on, making sure I don't miss any bits. That's very saturated and almost can't see the hair color. And then I'm combing it through to make sure all the little strands of hair get the bleach.
So let the bleach do the thing. I now have my red concoction of this hair dye to do my roots and just kind of tidy up things as the bleach does its thing today. So let's get this all over my hair and get it nice and saturated.
As I get it saturated, I'm doing the short side first because it just seemed the most easy because all my hair that's not the front money piece is getting the same treatment of the darker but bright red. But as I did tell you, I was going to put a little bit on the money piece, at least at my roots, because I want the roots to be more red so it balances out better. So I'm putting some there, and as I'm moving the hair down to get each layer as the best I can. To each root layer that is undyed the most.
Now that I've done it all, pretty much, and I have got all the red in the hair, for the most part, if there's slightly little bits I might have missed, it's not the end of the world. As you know, my hair's already red. So what we gotta do is I gotta rinse out this bad boy. I did let it sit in a little longer than I typically do, but sometimes I don't let it sit in long enough for what I want. So I definitely need to do that. So that's what I'm going to do for sure. The aftermath of doing my hair. Oh yes, and then all that hair. Oh yes. Here's what my money piece looks like lighter before I put the pink in to give it that oomph. So I thought I'd just show you what that looks like. It definitely got lighter. Took some of that red out. But of course I did put a little bit of the underneath, so of course it's gonna be red there somewhat. So now I just gotta make sure it's nice and dry even more, but somewhat, and then get that pink in there, and then rinse out the rest. And there's my hair, done. But I really need my hair dryer, so that's what I'm going to do. This, I can't believe, is a really cheap hair dryer, even though the Revlon more expensive one, comb one, which is still not a lot, I still want to get that I used to have, except for the smaller version that's like this, maybe slightly bigger. But yeah, let's get to it. And I'm going to use this bad boy to really rejuvenate this haircut to hair dye. I am being very careful with the front, as it's the most fragile, especially if I just bleached it as well. So it's always the most fragile part, is right in the front of your hair. So, and as I just dye all of it as well, I'm being careful not to pull it too much as I get it nice and dry and everything. There we go. Hair done. Feeling good, feeling myself as I rejuvenate. I don't know about you, but the way I cut this is looking really nice. Bringing it up and then some of it fall from underneath really has done a great thing. I'm glad I tried it. So Sometimes you just got to try things. So I do think my hair dye has been nice and rejuvenated. And I feel like I have a slight different version of my haircut. In a way, I think so. So there we go with all that. No more little boing. Just some niceness that I can enjoy.
Let's enjoy outside as well, looking really good in the outside lighting, in the shadow of outside, and when you see it in the sunlight, just like that. Whoa, does it bring that front money piece together. There's the back and what the long side looks like. It just looks great. Whoop, flowing in the wind. Yes, it's windy, but there we go. So now enjoying it outside lighting, really showing it off, I would say, to the shadows and out in the sun like so. Whoa, whoa, does it make that one light? And there is what the back looks like out here in front of the brick. Whoop, the wind taking my hair. But there we go, and thank you.